First item of business, Mr. Kursky, can we get a roll call, please?
Yes. Commissioner Forsyth.
Here.
Commissioner Weiler. Here. Commissioner Sandu.
Here.
Commissioner Redding.
Here.
Commissioner Ranawa.
Here.
Commissioner Spolvero.
Here.
Commissioner Robbins.
Here.
All right, second item will be the approval of the agenda. Did we have, I don't recall seeing notes for the agenda, or not the agenda, I'm sorry. Thinking something else. Okay, rewind. Second item tonight, the approval of tonight's agenda. Are there any additions or subtractions to tonight's agenda?
Nope.
I move to approve the agenda.
Second.
All right, motion passes. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Third item is the recognition of board and appeals of interested citizens. Are there any interested citizens here tonight that would like to discuss something not on the agenda? Nope. Audience says we're good. All right. Item 4, consent business. We have the approval of the minutes for April, right? Yes. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay, we have 2 votes. Do we need a roll call?
Nope.
But I'll abstain since I wasn't here.
Same. So Forsyth, Sepulveda, abstain. All those in favor of passing the approval of last month's minutes?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Item number 5, we have 2 public hearings tonight. The first is for a conditional use permit request for additional accessory structures at 735 Fifth Avenue West. May I get a motion to open the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, Mr. Kursky, you have the floor.
Chair and Commissioners, this is a public hearing for a conditional use permit for an accessory structure space at 735 Fifth Avenue West. John Wright is the applicant, and property owners requesting approval of a conditional use permit to allow the accessory structure on the property totaling up to 100% of the square foot of the principal dwelling at 735 Fifth Avenue West. Total accessory structure space in the R1C zoning district is allowed up to 10% of the lot area or 75% of the footprint of the principal structure, whichever is less. Per city code, a CUP is required to have up to 100%. The property is improved with a residence, a detached 2-car garage, and a small shed. The applicant is proposing to construct an additional shed approximately 80 square feet in size. There is a home occupation permit approved in October of 2024 to allow the garage to be used as an audio recording studio. Additional space is being requested to store personal items previously stored in the garage. So here is the site. If I get this to work. Come on. There we go. So here is the garage, and here is the proposed shed in the corner over here. This is the principal residence in the front. So for COP criteria 1 is the use will not be injurious to the use and enjoyment of other properties in the immediate vicinity. 2 is the establishment of the conditional use permit will not impede the normal and orderly development and improvement of the surrounding vacant property. 3 is adequate utilities, access roads, drainage, and other necessary facilities have been or will be provided. 4 is the use is consistent with the purposes of the zone. And 5 is the use is not in conflict with the comprehensive plan. So tonight, recommendation is adoption of Resolution R 2025-001, approving a CUP with 4 conditions, including the total accessory structures on the lot shall not exceed 1,176 square feet. The proposed accessory structure shall meet city code requirements related to setbacks, construction materials, and height. The accessory structure shall be used for personal use only unless additional land use approvals were obtained and compliance with the engineering memo that was attached dated April 25th, 2025.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Kursky. Is the applicant here?
Yes.
Okay. If you want to come on up, we may have a few questions for you, and go ahead and sign in, and
you mind if I ask something, staff?
Yes,
first?
sorry,
Awesome.
I was gonna.
So just for city staff, so again, we would be approving up to 1176. This plan only puts it at 962. Does that mean if the applicant wanted, he could also build another shed up to another 200 square feet?
Let's see here. Yes, so he can't exceed 1,176 square feet on the lot.
Right. And so right now the shed's only proposed at 80 square feet. It could, in theory, go up to like a 280 square foot shed.
But when you go over, I think it's 250 square feet, it becomes a building, so you need a building
Okay.
permit.
So it could be a 249 square foot shed if plans changed.
Yes.
Just because it sounds like city staff just thought for ease, it would be better to just approve up to 100% rather than approving just the 80 square
Yes.
feet. Okay.
Got it. Any other questions for staff?
Yeah, Madam Chair, if I could. So this proposed shed is, Mr. Kirsky, just, I think I know this, but this is for storage of materials?
He's using his garage partially for a recording studio, so the stuff that was in the garage, he wants to put in the shed.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
All right. Can you state your name for us?
John Wright?
Thank you for being here tonight. Commissioners, do we have any questions for the applicant? Anything you want to add to?
No, it's pretty clear. You guys outlined it just like it is.
Don't disagree. This seems like a pretty straightforward one tonight.
Yeah.
Well, Madam Chair, I'll move we close the public hearing.
All right. Mr.
Second.
Robin, all right, we've got a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you.
Thank you, appreciate it.
All right, Commissioners, what is your pleasure? Do we need any discussion?
I'll make a motion to approve Resolution PC 2025-001 to allow accessory structures totaling up to 100% of the square foot of the principal dwelling.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and we have a second. Can we get a roll call vote, Mr. Kursky?
Commissioner Forsythe.
Aye.
Tyler.
Aye.
Commissioner Sandu.
Aye.
Commissioner Redding. Commissioner Ranawa.
Aye.
Commissioner Sepulveda.
Aye.
Commissioner Robbins.
Aye.
All right, that motion passes. We will move on to our second public hearing for the night, which is a conditional use permit for vehicle repair and service in the B1 Highway Business Zone at 936 First Avenue East. May I get a motion to open that public hearing?
So move.
I'll second it.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, Mr. Kursky, back to you.
So again, Chair and Commissioners, this is a public hearing, conditional use permit for vehicle repair service at 936 First Avenue East. This is the subject site. If any of you know the area, get this to work. This is a dental clinic over here. This is a previously approved CUP that actually has some violations. We're in the process of trying to correct those violations, or you will see this in July for a revocation. So applicant is the property owner, Affinity Plumbing LLC. Current zoning is B1 Highway Business. It's 0.39 acres, 2040 compliant. It's mixed-use commercial corridor. HLG Autos is the proposed user, performing routine vehicle maintenance and repairs such as engine service, brakes, transmission repair, minor body work and detailing. Proposed operating hours on Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, and they would have 4 to 6 employees. This is the site, so they're proposing parking along the front. As you know, there are bollards the city put in years ago when the road was redone, so that will keep them in this area. This is the existing building, and there was a secondary garage built in the back. Employee parking would be over here. Vehicles waiting to be picked up or serviced would be here, and this is where they would do some additional detailing and body work in this building here. So this is kind of the layout of the building. There's 2 service bays, a mechanical repair, there's overhead doors in the back, office reception, entry waiting area, there's a restroom, storage, and then again, there is a building in the rear. So recommendation is to adopt resolution PC 2025-002. Conditions are vehicle sales are not permitted. Service of vehicles must take place inside the building. A change of occupancy permit is required prior to operation of this business. Hours of operation will be limited from 8 to 7 p.m. The proposed portable paint booth are not permitted by city fire code, so that would not be allowed. Exterior storage of unlicensed or inoperable vehicles, dumpsters, or vehicle parts are not permitted, and all vehicles associated with the business and customers must be parked on the site, not on any streets or adjacent properties. Some of you remember this was vehicle repair until it converted to the plumbing business.
And then, Mr. Kursky, if I can, just so we're clear, is the plumbing business moving out?
Plumbing business is gone, Chair.
Oh,
The site's currently vacant.
where did Affinity Plumbing go?
They're still around.
He's still here. But they have not gone out of business, but they just moved.
Perfect.
They're great.
There you go. Okay, because my concern was where are they all going to park? But now this makes a lot more sense. Thank you.
Yes. And if the proposed tenant should not move forward, we would come back. And the building's currently under contract. If that use goes in there and it's not, if it's a permitted use and not this use, we would come back to you the next meeting and then basically withdraw this if they move forward with the other user.
And by us approving this, they still need to do the change of
Correct.
occupancy permit process.
Yep.
So if they don't do that,
Building stays vacant, but if they get a different user that's permitted without any conditional uses, they would just get a change of occupancy and that user could move in there and then we would come back to you and basically we would extinguish this CUP.
got it. Thank you.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
Mr. Kiersky, I'm a little bit confused. There's a lot of things that he can't do. What exactly are we acting on, just so I understand?
So Chair and Commissioners, vehicle repair requires a conditional use. There was vehicle repair in here, but that use stopped. So once the use stops and the plumbing business went in here, that use does not go forever. They're back as a backup to get this as a CUP for vehicle repair because it's a potential use of the building. And if they don't get someone for vehicle repair, we'll be back to take this use away.
All right, Madam Chair, could I just have one follow-up? Mm-hmm. But say you've been clear, or we're clear in the report, you can't sell vehicles. This is for vehicle repair. There's no sale of vehicles.
Correct. So Chair and Commissioners, the City Council changed years ago, before my time, and prohibited used vehicle sales unless you were a new car dealer. So there are some remaining used car lots that were grandfathered in that as long as they stay in business and don't go out of business for a period of more than 180 days, they can stay. So there's several in this area that are grandfathered in, but there are no new ones allowed in the city.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
And one question, the repair is going to happen in the existing, what's known as block and frame building? Is that where the repair work's going to be?
Chair and Commissioners, correct, and they also have another garage that was built in the back that they could use.
Is that the one with the 3 cars that
Yes.
are going
Yep.
horizontal? Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I just thought of a question, but I have for the applicant.
Me too.
Okay. Any additional questions for Mr. Kursky? If not, we'll invite the applicant to come up, answer a few questions. If you could sign in and then state your name, please.
Clay Monsrud.
So before we begin with our question, do you have anything to add to the presentation?
He was just stating that the property is under contract for a permitted use currently, so this might just be for nothing. But that is the best use for the premises would be an auto since I've had it for sale, everybody wanted to sell cars there. So, so that has been removed, obviously, off this conditional use, but the second backup spot would be a mechanical repair, like it was before. So that's all.
Got it. Okay, then I will start. So the vehicles that are at the top of that diagram, and then the 3 on the side, what is the intent of those spots? Are they just
Meeting-
like after they've been worked on, then that's where they go sit until someone picks them up? Is that the intent?
Yes.
Okay.
12 parking spots total to be used for customers and or overflow parking, or employee parking, as those 2 in the back can no longer be there. So because it's in the right of way or on the side there, so they would need to move to the front. Originally, this was drafted for auto sales, so that's why there's so many out front.
Got it, okay. That was where I was going, so thank you for
Yes.
addressing that. Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Robbins.
What kind of business are you expecting here? I mean, how many, you're going to repair vehicles, not sell them, repair them. How many vehicles are you estimating that you'll be able to do in a month or a year or whatever?
So again, this is for a potential renter. So when they do the change of occupancy, that will also be established at that point, but I would meet all the terms set forth by you guys, I guess, if there's certain stipulations to put on it for the new conditional use, for the new tenant.
Well, let me put it a little differently. What do you need? This is business for you, so you certainly need to be able to repair a certain amount of automobiles to make a profit. Am I right?
He's just
He's
renting
a
the
renter,
property.
he's the landlord.
I'm the landlord.
He's the landowner.
All right,
Affinity, right?
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
sorry,
Yeah.
my fault. Now I got it. All right.
And then my only question is, right, so there are a couple conditions on there, right? You can't sell vehicles and you can't have portable paint booths. Is that going to be okay with whoever the tenant
Yeah.
is?
I'll
Because I
just
saw
make
that.
it okay, that'll be a condition of.
Yeah, well, because I saw painting was one of the things that, you know, the light body work side of things, right? And,
If they did anything, it would be a PDR.
okay, I don't know what,
Sorry, paintless dent removal.
got it.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not
I was just trying to
in that
make it a
industry. but-
broad conditional use permit
Okay.
for a potential renter is what I was
Great.
trying to do.
Yep, okay.
So then, sorry, you will be the landlord to whomever comes into this building, and so it'll be on you to uphold all of the conditional uses and ensuring that they're sticking to what they said they were going to do?
You're correct.
Okay.
Great.
Any other questions from commissioners? Okay, we appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioners, I will hold a motion to either close the public hearing or we can have some continued discussion.
I'll move to close the public hearing.
All right. Commissioner Forsyth moves to close the public hearing. Commissioner Robbins seconds. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that passes. So commissioners, what is your pleasure with this one tonight?
We approve resolution PC 25-002, the conditional use permit for vehicle repair.
I'll second it.
All right.
Ranoa.
Commissioner Forsyth makes the motion. Commissioner Ranua seconds. Can we have a roll call vote, please, Mr. Kursky?
Commissioner Forsyth? Aye. Commissioner Weiler? Aye. Commissioner Sandu?
Aye.
Commissioner Redding?
Aye.
Commissioner Ranua? Commissioner Sepulveda?
Aye.
Commissioner Robbins?
Aye.
All right, that motion passes. Item 6, other business. Mr. Kursky, is there any other business?
No, ma'am.
Commissioner Robbins, you had mentioned an
Well-
item you wanted to discuss?
Well, no, I'm just curious, do we have any, as we turn to the summer, any tours in our future? Are we going to take a tour at some point?
We took one, I think, last year. It's really up to the board whether they want to do another one.
Oh, all right, fair enough, thanks.
I mean, if that tours include the amphitheater, then yes.
Right? I mean, I'm personally interested in that specifically,
In
yeah.
all seriousness, I was actually trying to figure out when is that scheduled to be complete? July?
They're not going to have any concerts this year.
No, But when is it scheduled to be, like, completed?
This year.
Okay, so it's no longer summer. Got it, okay. No, I too wanted to see more of the finished product of it. Do we have enough going on in the city at the moment where like an August timeframe would be beneficial, or do we maybe need to
There's-
table it till next spring?
Plenty going on.
What's that? I didn't hear.
Plenty going on.
I just want to make sure it's got the value,
I like the
right?
idea later in the summer. I think that's good.
Yeah, I think that's usually, we do it like mid to late
well-
August.
Yes, we usually do you're the first Thursday whenever, after the council meeting, we
Yep.
usually do it at that meeting or the following week.
Yep.
Great.
So there's a lot going on, so we are going to try and get out, or we're not?
Yes, and I think the consensus was we would try for August, because at least the amphitheater will be much further along, and there'll be other things moving.
I think it's a good idea, even on a yearly basis, to get out of this building and go see what we do. All right, thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay.
Great.
Thank you for bringing that, Mr. Robbins. All right, I will now entertain a motion to adjourn to Thursday, June 4th, 2025 at 7 PM.
So move.
We have a motion.
Second.
We have a second. Several seconds.
2 seconds.
Anybody, all those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right, we are adjourned.
And I will just prepare you, I do not believe, as of today, there was anything on either of these agendas for June, so.
Oh,
So we're not going to be meeting.
Because that's the last day of school. This meeting in June is always on the last day.
And I won't be here, so that would be somebody else running it, so.
Great.
So again, Madam Chair, so you're not anticipating we're going to meet in June? Probably not.
I will know better sometime this week, but as of today, there was nothing.
All right, thank you.
All right. Let's call to order the Shakopee Planning Commission meeting, Thursday, May 8th at, 7:22-ish. We'll start with item 1 on the agenda, roll call.
Excuse me. Commissioner Forsyth.
Here.
Commissioner Weiler.
here.
Commissioner Sandu.
Here.
Commissioner Redding. Here. Commissioner Ranawa.
Here.
Commissioner Sepulveda. Commissioner Robbins.
Thank you. We'll move on to item 2, approval of the agenda. Are there any additions or corrections to the agenda? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So move.
I got Commissioner Weiler with that, Commissioner Ranawa with the second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Great. We'll move on to item 3, recognition by Planning Commission of interested citizens. Is there anybody here who would like to speak to the Planning Commission on anything that's not on the agenda? All right, great. Move on to item 4, the consent agenda. The only thing in the consent agenda is the approval of meeting minutes from the April meeting. Again, I wasn't there, so I'll abstain.
Same.
Commissioner Sepulveda will also abstain. Are there any additions or corrections to the meeting minutes? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll make the motion.
Commissioner Ranawa got in there really quick. Is there a second?
Hard to get in front of Robin.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Sandu. Great. All right, got a motion, a second. Any discussion on approving the consent agenda? All right. Hearing none, all in favor of approving the consent agenda? Aye. Any opposed? Great. Move on to item 5, other business. Is there any other business? Seeing none, we'll move on to item 6 and entertain a motion to adjourn.
So
We
moved.
discussed that first for just a second.
Oh, we'll get there. Is there a second?
Who made the motion?
Sepulveda, then Redding with the second. Now, Commissioner Weiler, is there any discussion on whether to adjourn the meeting or not?
No, I guess not.
All right. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, we're adjourned at 7:24.